What is good, Ninja? My name is OJ and welcome to NewsEssence. Today we have some awesome topics to go over, from a rumor of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 coming to Nintendo Switch, to Brawlhalla developer being acquired by Ubisoft, which is like a Smash Bros style of game. We also have Monster Hunter continuing to sell big on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with a big topic here, that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is apparently running on the Nintendo Switch and was shown off. So I'm gonna first and foremost say, guys, that this video that I've seen here, it's from 4chan, okay? I think like the Nerdy Mag or something like that reported on it. I wanna make sure the Nerd Mag first reported on it. I was linked to it on Twitter, and I don't think that the actual footage here is real. Now, I know that there's the button prompts and it looks like Nintendo Switch, but it's so dark in terms of the actual system. We don't know what that's running off of. It could have been like a really big tablet or something like that, and they just basically hacked it to run like that. The game is out on PC as well, so they could have been doing something like that, which is what I think it is, because it's so dark. They didn't show the actual Joy-Cons or anything like that, or the cartridge, or even go into anything. And we've seen stuff like this before, really elaborate and very convincing fakes, but this one isn't even as convincing as some of the other fakes that we've seen. For example, like the Nintendo Switch firmware 5.0, that was better than what this person is doing here, just because there's just too much darkness around the Joy-Cons and everything. It could just be one of those tablet PCs or something like that. But at the same time, I do feel, now that aside, I do feel that Capcom is probably going to bring Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to the Nintendo Switch. You know why? Because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite isn't doing too hot, and Capcom has also been known as Portcom, and the Nintendo Switch sold over 500,000 copies of a vastly inferior game when it comes to Street Fighter in terms of content and all of that. The Street Fighter 2 game that they released, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom, has way more content. People absolutely love the game. It has great online. Like, it's still a game that people still play to this day, because that's how good the game is, and it's been balanced already. There's just all sorts of reasons why that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 makes more sense than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You also have better roster selection. You have the X-Men. I mean, there's just so many more things to reason why I think that Capcom would be bringing it over. We've already seen quite a bit. We've had a number of fighting games on the Nintendo Switch. Street Fighter 2, we've also had Pokken and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. All three of those games have sold over 500,000 units, which is really good for older ports, or essentially just old games in general. So I think that developers are going to see that, yes, Nintendo fans do want fighting games. And I think the biggest thing is because you can take that fighting game and you can train anywhere that you want. Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS, I only bought that game because I can take it anywhere I want and train. So of course a portable Smash Bros. Would be amazing in terms of like Smash Bros. For Wii U, or like an HD version on the Nintendo Switch. That's gonna do crazy. We have SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. I think that's gonna do really well. We also have Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I think that's gonna do well. All these fighting games are starting to come, and I think that Capcom would be silly to not bring over another fighting game. They already brought one old fighting game over. I think they'd probably bring Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 with some enhancements. Maybe they have a couple things here and there like they did with Street Fighter. I think they're gonna bring that one over. So while I don't think that this is actually real in terms of the gameplay footage, I do feel that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 will be coming to Nintendo Switch at some point, or at least something from their backlog of Marvel vs. Capcom or something like that when it comes to fighting games, just because Street Fighter for them did way too well for them not to try to take advantage of that market again when it comes to Nintendo Switch, and they can release something older that's a good fighting game. So I think it's gonna happen, but I don't think that this footage is actually real. So what do you guys think about this gameplay footage that's supposedly leaked from the Nintendo Switch version? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's not real? Once again, I'll remind you guys, it's from 4chan. So you know what, I'm very wary whenever I hear stuff is from 4chan, but I did want to talk about it because I was actually talking about this to one of my friends offline and everything, that I think that they're probably going to bring over some type of Marvel vs. Capcom game. I didn't know which one, but it looks like maybe it's this one right here, because they have the Street Fighter collection coming too, so that's coming to Nintendo Switch, so why not bring some more? So what do you guys think about Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 potentially coming? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next article here, we have a little bit of a surprise announcement from Ubisoft, because they've actually acquired Brawlhalla developer Blue Mammoth Games. The studio will continue to focus on Brawlhalla. So Ubisoft has acquired Blue Mammoth Games, the developer of the free-to-play fighting game Brawlhalla, the studio has announced. Now, according to the developer However, the acquisition will allow the studio to grow, as well as provide more stability and resources to improve Brawlhalla and add new features. Now here's a little bit of the message from Blue Mammoth Games. Hey everybody, this has been a year of big announcements for Blue Mammoth Games, and now I have the biggest announcement yet. Quick story, last year Brawlhalla was growing, the community was growing, esports was growing, the studio was growing, everything was going great. But as we grew up and up, we also began seeing the ceiling for a scrappy, never say die indie studio. We realized that to complete our plan and take this crazy game to the next level, we're going to need some help. So we went out looking for a partner, and I don't want to brag, but we succeeded beyond my wildest expectations. Long story short, Blue Mammoth Games is joining Ubisoft. So then he talks about all the other stuff as far as what IPs Ubisoft has. And I'm pretty sure that Ubisoft got Brawlhalla developer Blue Mammoth on the cheap, since they're going out there and looking for a partner. I don't think they disclosed how much they paid for them, but I don't think it was that much. All they really have is Brawlhalla. But I do think that this could finally get Brawlhalla on the Nintendo Switch in terms of this style of game, because this is a Smash Brothers platform fighter style of game. It's getting into esports. It's not like you're having a ton of tournaments and a ton of people getting sponsored to play Brawlhalla, so it's nowhere near as big as that. But it does have a little bit of an edge when it comes to indie fighters. We do have some rivals of either. We also have Brawlout as well. So there's a number of indie fighters that are out there trying to make some noise when it comes to things. Brawlhalla's in that mix as well, and joining up with Ubisoft could definitely get the game a little bit more promotion, can get it out on more systems, can market and advertise it more. Ubisoft has a great relationship with Nintendo. They can work on getting that game over. So I do feel that it's going to be a good move for the company overall if they do want to grow, because yes, with the independent studio, there's always going to be a ceiling, because you're never going to have that type of money that you need to have unless you're partnering with a publisher. That's the only way you're going to get it in terms of doing what you need to do if you want to get super big. So it's good for them. Brawlhalla obviously isn't going to be a game that's going to sell like Ubisoft's other top franchises, but at the same time, it can supply them with some more revenue in order to make patches quicker, in order to give more pop bonuses for tournaments. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do with a publisher like Ubisoft behind it. Ubisoft is obviously pretty hardcore into the esports scene. They have Rainbow Six Siege that's doing really well for them. They have a pro league based on that game itself. So Ubisoft is going hardcore into the esports realm, and Brawlhalla is one of those games that's out there that people do play. So what do you guys think about Ubisoft acquiring the Brawlhalla developer? Are you looking forward to potentially seeing it on more systems? You want to see it on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final article here, we've got more sales data from Capcom, which they seem to update us literally like every couple weeks. Monster Hunter sold 5 million, it sold 6 million, it sold 7 million, but now we are up to 7.5 million units for Monster Hunter World. This is shipments and digital sales, so not exactly sold through, but essentially sold to the retailers in order for them to other people to buy them. So good stuff all around. So the latest Monster Hunter becomes Capcom's best-selling title as well. So this is the best-selling title in terms of how many that they've shipped out, beating Resident Evil 5. So total worldwide shipments and digital download sales for Monster Hunter World have exceeded 7.5 million. Capcom has announced this new milestone makes Monster Hunter World the best-selling title in Capcom company history. The latest Media Create sales charts also put this game at 1.8 plus million. Monster Hunter World launched on January 26th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Is coming later down the line. Now the Xbox One version, that's for the West only. In Japan, the PS4 version was an exclusive, so you can't get it on any other system, and the PC version isn't coming to Japan either. Apparently, the game is supposed to be like coming out in terms of PC sometime this fall, and maybe I'll try it out then. I'll give Monster Hunter 1/3 and final try. I tried all the other Monster Hunters, and I really tried to get into Monster Hunter on the Wii U, tried to get into Monster Hunter on the Nintendo 3DS. Just couldn't really do it, but everyone's saying that this one is amazing. So I will wait for the PC version, because I don't really feel like paying for PS Plus in order to play online. It's not that serious with the games that are on there. So PC is going to have the game, so I'll try it out finally then. But this is great for Capcom. Obviously, Monster Hunter World has been a huge success, and I'll be the first person to admit that I'm probably going to be wrong, because I know on Twitter I was talking with John with Spawnwave, and how investors were claiming that the game could potentially sell 10 million units, and I was like, no way that they're going to do that. But it definitely looks like they're going to hit that at this point when it comes to shipments and digital sales. 7.5 million already. They're almost at that goal, and this game is going to continue selling. Even if it only sells like 1,000 units a week worldwide, eventually it's going to hit that goal of 10 million units. So shout outs to Capcom on that one. They did create a game that universally people just absolutely love. It's getting great review scores. It's getting great praise by the media and everything. People did just play the game on YouTube or on Twitch. Streamers, people love the game, and I can't wait to try it out myself on the PC. I think it's going to be nice on there. It runs off the MT framework, which is really good for the most part on PC from what I've seen. Stuff like Resident Evil 5 and other games have ran really well on PC when it comes to it. So I'm looking forward to playing this one then and there when it launches at some point. We don't know when exactly it's launching. Apparently they're optimizing it, or I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're taking their time or whatever it is. Maybe there's some type of deal going on that it can't come out on PC, but either way, I'll get it then. And really hats off to Capcom. I don't really have much more to say about it just because I don't really play it at this point. I'll probably talk about it more once the PC version does come out. I'm enjoying getting back into PC gaming a little bit more. The prices are cheaper, not a lot of physical, which I don't like, so I always like to see if I can get review copies or if I can get it on the cheap when it comes to Steam, just because digital is just, I'd rather have the box and everything. But at the same time, it's great taking advantage of all the cool stuff PC can do in terms of optimization and streaming and things like that. It's just much easier when it comes to it. So I'm looking forward to playing it on there. So to all my Monster Hunters out there, what do you guys like most about the game? What system are you guys playing it on? Do any of you guys have an Xbox One and playing it on there? What's the community like? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on that, because it does seem like the bulk majority of these sales here are probably PS4 based on everything that I've been seeing. It looks like it's pretty much PS4 only, but I think that Monster Hunter has done okay on the Xbox One in terms of some digital sales. I know it was the top sales charts there, but we don't have any numbers actually. And it looks like retail-wise, the PS4 version is just clobbering it in terms of retail stores based on what I've been hearing from some of my sources. So what do you guys think about all this when it comes to Monster Hunter? Also the Brawlhalla developer getting acquired by Ubisoft, and of course the rumor about Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our YouTube live gaming page, Twitch, and Patreon. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the links in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.